Happy New Year to everybody watching at home as we are live at the Jack Manley Wellness and Athletic Center here on the Catonsville campus of the Community College of Baltimore County as we get set for a good one today. It's women's basketball action as the CCBC Catonsville Cardinals take on the CCBC Essex Knights, their sister school, in a good old-fashioned sibling rivalry match. Hello folks, this is Isaac Donsky here wishing you a happy new year and welcoming you to our first game of the 2023 season. And we got an interesting one for you today. The Cardinals coming into today's matchup 6-4 on the season, 1-0 in conference play. They're coming off a 62-58 win over Camden County College that was played back last year, actually, 2022. Their first game of the 2023 season against the Community College of Beaver County was canceled, however. We've not been given the reason why yet, so this will be the Cardinals' first official game of the 2023 calendar year. And they have a very tough opponent ahead of them today. The #1 school in NJCAA Division II play, the CCBC Essex Knights, 15-0 on the season, 4-0 record. They're coming off their toughest test of the season so far in a 59-54 victory over #3 ranked Kirkwood. This team, #1 ranked team in the nation, coming to visit Catonsville today. And when these two schools play each other, this is a major rivalry game. Two sister schools, part of the same school system, but different campuses. It's a sibling rivalry game, as I like to call it. There's always going to be tempers hot. Tempers are always going to be hot. There's always going to be high tension. It's sure to be a good one. However, considering the current state of Essex being the best team in the country and Catonsville dealing with a little bit of the injury bug recently, I would just remind everyone, keep your expectations normal for now. This is going to be a tough test for the Cardinals, but there's always a chance. Let's take a look at the starting lineup today. We start with the visitors from CCBC Essex. Starting at guard, a sophomore from Trenton, New Jersey, graduate of Life Center Academy, #2, Tiffany Hammond. Starting at forward, a sophomore from Jersey City, New Jersey, graduate of Hudson Catholic High School, #3, Anasia Staten. Starting at guard, a sophomore from Bladensburg, Maryland, graduate of Elizabeth Seton High School, #5, Tyler Gray. Starting at guard, a sophomore from Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, graduate of Hillside High School, #12, Faith Blackstone. And starting at forward, a sophomore from Jersey City, New Jersey, graduate of the Patrick School, #33, Bianca Glover. And a special shout out to Glover, who last year was playing for my alma mater, the Towson Tigers. Go to you. Here are the starters for CCBC Catonsville. Starting at guard, a sophomore from Baltimore, Maryland, graduate of Sparrows Point High School, #0, Destiny Perry. Starting at guard, a freshman from Prince George's County, Maryland, graduate of Bowie High School, #11, Anna Thomas. Starting at forward, a sophomore from Clinton, Maryland, graduate of the National Christian Academy, #15, Amari McKnight. Starting at guard, a freshman from Elkridge, Maryland, graduate of Pilati High School, #23, Lauren Russell. And starting at forward, a freshman from Baltimore, Maryland, graduate of Chesapeake High School, #32, Kayla Cabbagestock. The Cardinals are coached by head coach Morris Stretch Brandon and assistant coaches Andre Eiffel, Centeria Renwicks, and Malia Clark. Meanwhile, the Knights are coached by head coach Mike Sini and assistant coaches Precious Palmer, Tariq Cephas, Arthur Fitzhugh, Xavier Cooper, and Najee Norton. We'll be back in approximately 8 minutes for a tip-off of today's game. Cardinals take on #1 Essex coming up in just a bit. Just a few more minutes until tip-off here, ladies and gentlemen. We now turn the mic over to the voice of the Cardinals, Mr. Richard Keller, to introduce the starting lineups.
Just a quick reminder that before we introduce the starting lineups and coaches, this event is being played under the regulations of the National Junior College Athletic Association Region 20 and the Maryland Junior College Athletic Conference. MD JUCO and NJCAA prohibit verbal or physical harassment of any student athlete, official, coach, staff, spectator, guest, or community member during today's event. Violators of these rules will be subject to removal from the CCBC Catonsville complex. We appreciate your cooperation in being good fans. For your safety and the safety of our participants, please remain off the court during this afternoon's event. Restrooms are located in the hallway to the left of the seating area. Please pay attention to the announcement of the event and any special announcements. Now let's meet this evening's starters, beginning with our visitors from CCBC Essex. Starting in guard, number 2, Tiffany Cannon. Starting at forward, number 3, Anasia Stanton. Starting at guard, number 5, Tyler Gray. Starting at guard, number 12, Faith Blackstone. And starting at forward, number 31, Bianca Glover. The assistant coaches for Essex: Precious Palmer, Tariq Cephas, Arthur Fitzhugh, Xavier Cooper, and Najee Norton. And the head coach is Mike Seeley. Please welcome the visitors from Essex. For homestanding Catonsville, starting at guard, number 0, Destiny Perry. Starting at guard, number 11, Anna Thomas. Starting at forward, number 15, Amari Knight. Starting at guard, number 23, Lauren Russell.
All set to get underway here. Homestanding Catonsville is going to be wearing the all-white jerseys with red numbers, black trim. Essex, meanwhile, will be in navy jerseys with, I believe, is that a white or yellow trim? I can't see because none of the jerseys are visible right now. Let's see what happens in a second here. There we go. Essex will be wearing the all-navy jerseys with yellow numbers and white trim. Catonsville is a little short-handed tonight. They've got several players out injured, including Anaya Tillery, Milan Marable, James Kirby Jackson, Alfreda Potter, and Jocelyn Fogel. A lot of good contributors. So the Cardinals are going to have to play a bit more conservative to avoid any foul-outs or injuries. It will be Kayla Cabbage-Stock and Bianca Glover at the line for the tip-off. Here we go. Number 1 Essex versus Catonsville. Sibling rivalry game. Coming live to you here on the CCBC Catonsville YouTube channel. We're away and Essex wins the tip-off and they'll start with possession. And here is Blackstone finding Glover, and Glover is intercepted by Amari McKnight. McKnight flips it to Perry. Good defensive start there for the Cardinals. Perry finds Lauren Russell. Miscommunication. Russell manages to reel it in, trying to get a pick. Feints a pass to McKnight, tries to flip it to Perry, but it's intercepted by Tiffany Hammond of Essex. Both teams with turnovers right off the bat. Hammond puts up a shot. It may have been deflected by McKnight. There's a scrum for the ball as it goes out of bounds. And they're going to say, I believe, Essex keeps possession. One player to keep your eyes on, folks, number 12, Faith Blackstone, one of the most electric scorers in the country, averaging 20.7 points per game. She has been a monster in the scoring department for this Essex team, one of the reasons why they've scored over 100 points on 5 separate occasions this season. Inbounds pass goes to Blackstock, but she loses out of her hands, and now Essex gets pushed back. And Catonsville with a big defensive stop there. They managed to get Hammond to step out of bounds. So the Cardinals will take over possession, and it looks like Essex is going for a full court press here immediately. Thomas to McKnight. Now McKnight has it stolen away, or does she? Catonsville steals it back. Cabbage-Stock tries to flip it to Perry, but Russell's there in the corner. Puts up a corner three. Not enough power. Bounces off. Rebound taken by Gray. Gray finds Staton. Staton with the jumper. Got it. Essex strikes first. They're up 2-0. Thomas. Deep pass to Cabbage-Stock. Back to Thomas. Thomas, the leading scorer for the Cardinals, and honestly leads in almost every statistical category. She's been the breakout star this Catonsville team has desperately needed this season. Here's Perry. Heavily defended there by Hammond. Finds McKnight, the veteran leader. McKnight with the hook. Won't go in, but there is a foul. It's going to be 2 shots, it looks like, for Amari McKnight. And the foul, it looks like, is going to be on. I believe the foul is going to be on number 2, Tiffany Hammond. Nope, number 33, Bianca Glover. My mistake. 2 shots for Amari McKnight. Knocks down the first. Makes it 2-1. We got a good crowd coming out here tonight, and lots of supporters from both Essex and Catonsville. Both campuses located on opposite sides of Baltimore. It's indicating the traffic wasn't that bad on I-95, that we got so many Essex supporters tonight. That's good to see. Nice to see a full arena. McKnight makes both. We're tied. And for this Cardinals team coming into this game short-handed, just being tied even in the opening minutes of the first quarter, that's an achievement. Glover hands it off to Blackstone. Blackstone for 3. Off-target rebound taken by Cabbage-Stock. She finds Thomas. Cardinals back on the offensive. Catonsville's had some trouble turning the ball over in previous games. Ball control has been an issue for them through the first half of the season. They're hoping to start the second half of the season off with a bit more control. And speaking of ball control issues, Destiny Perry's pass there to Anna Thomas goes out of bounds. Thomas points at herself, says, "That my bad, that's on me." Good start for both teams here defensively. Here's Blackstone charging in. Woo! Knocked out of her hands there by Lauren Russell, and there was no foul. Essex will keep possession, but that's a good stop there by Lauren Russell, and good of her to avoid the foul there. And bounce pass goes to Glover. Glover to Blackstone. Blackstone over to Hammond, who nails a three. Makes it 5-2. Tiffany Hammond with her first points of the evening. That full court press is starting to get on the Cardinals' nerves. You can tell they're having trouble, especially Destiny Perry. Case of Butterfingers. She's double teamed, got to get out of it. Drops it, and it lands into the hands of Glover. Disaster at midcourt for the Cardinals, and now, well, that was something. Looks like Tiffany Hammond tried to go for the three-point shot, but the ball slipped out of her hands. Cardinals did touch it last, so it remains Essex possession, but now Catonsville trying to get another stop here, after Destiny Perry just could not corral the ball at midcourt. Inbounds pass goes to Staton, who misses that jumper. Rebound taken by Thomas, almost stolen away by Gray, but Cabbage-Stock is there to knock the ball back into Thomas's hands. Here's a wide open McKnight. It was tipped up and in. Catonsville back to within a point, 5-4. Cardinals are not going to go down without a fight in this one. They know they're overmatched as Hammond nails another three. Puts it up to 8-4. Catonsville knows it's going to be a tough contest. They know they're probably overmatched against this number one ranked Essex team, but they're going to fight. And that doesn't help though, as they get a turnover on the inbounds pass. It'll be Essex ball. Down 4 points. Inbounds pass goes to Hammond for three, short. McKnight with the rebound. She kind of just sits on it. Passes it out to Perry. Perry flips it to McKnight. McKnight looking for an opening. 16 seconds on the shot clock. McKnight, ball control again. McKnight recovers, tries to finish. Ball tipped up, and Hammond with the ball as Cabbage-Stock loses her shoe. Cardinals are going to be a man down on this possession. Here's Gray charging towards the basket. There's a swipe by Perry and a foul. And 2 shots should be coming up here for Tyler Gray. As Perry, that was her first, team's first. Catonsville only has 1 sub for the night, and that is going to most likely be number 4, Maya Franklin, who hasn't played a lot, but is, as Essex calls a timeout here. Catonsville's lone sub of the game is going to be Maya Franklin, who hasn't played at all in the first half of the season. I think she made 1 appearance, maybe 2. We'll see what happens. We got 6 minutes, 35 seconds to go here in the first quarter. It's 8-4 in favor of Essex. Catonsville done a surprisingly good job so far of keeping the scoring machine that is this Essex offense in check so far. We're just going to find some wood to knock on real quick, so hope I didn't jinx them there. This game is expected to be a victory for Essex, as they are the number 1 ranked team in Division II. Essex 15-0 on the season. Just want to know how good this Essex team is. Here's some scores for you: 110-59, 105-61, 127-27, 113-52. You heard that right. That was a 100-point victory over Beaver County back on December 4th. Gray to the line to shoot 2. She makes the first, makes it a 5-point game. And the second goes in as well. 6-point game, 10-4. Essex leads over Catonsville. Cabbage-Stock has to go back to Thomas, as again, Essex just pressing the entire length of the court. As now we've got a foul called. That's going to go against Essex, number 12, Faith Blackstone. This Essex defense just will not give Catonsville any chance to even get down and set up a play. Now a whistle by the ref. I think they're making adjustments to the shot clock. Inbounds pass to Perry. I'm trying to get away from Hammond. Perry charging into the paint. Finds a wide open McKnight, who scores. Makes it 10-6. On the return attack. Oh, no return attack at all. Catonsville with the steal. Thomas contested, fouled, and won. Anna Thomas with a flash of brilliance there. Makes it a 2-point game and a chance to make it a 1-point game. quick huddle under the rim there for the Essex team. They're trying to figure out what just happened. The foul was on, as we wait to see who it was on, number 3, Anasia Staten, her first, team's third. Essex, 3 fouls already in this first quarter. Thomas for 1. Nailed it. It's a 1-point game here at the Jack, 10-9. Catonsville trails by 1. Blackstone has it stripped by McKnight. Another steal for this opportunistic Catonsville defense. And the crowd really starting to get into it now as Catonsville has a chance to take the lead. We got subs coming in, it looks like, for Essex. Wait to see who they're about to send in. Thomas hands it off to McKnight. That was a risky handoff. McKnight pushing her way into the paint. A foul, a charge is going to be called against McKnight here. That's going to send Essex down to the other side of the court. The substitutes that are about to come in for Essex, entering the game for the Knights. Freshman guard, number 10, Ashley Dickey from Baltimore, Maryland, graduate of Catonsville High School. Sophomore guard, number 25, Cassandra Hawthorne from Hartford, Connecticut, graduate of Loomis Chaffee High School. And sophomore guard, number 22, Takira Lancaster from Newark, Delaware, graduate of Del Castle High School. The homecoming game here for Ashley Dickey. She went to high school just down the road to Catonsville High School. Dickey finds Hawthorne. Hawthorne over to Staten. Staten bite back to Dickey. Dickey pulls up for the jumper and connects. Makes it 12-9 and a whistle. Looks like the whistle was for Catonsville was trying to inbounds the ball a bit too quickly before the refs could get set there. Thomas flips it to Cabbagestock. Cabbagestock almost double-teamed, finds Perry. Perry completes, makes it a 1-point game, 12-1, and intercepts the inbound pass. Destiny Perry gives the Cardinals the lead, 13-12 with 5 minutes to go in the first quarter. What a play by Destiny Perry, and now Kayla Cabbagestock with the interception. Pardon my excitement, I didn't think this game would be this close. I know it's still the first quarter, but what a start for the Cardinals. Essex trying to respond. They trail for the first time tonight. Here's a 3 by Hawthorne, won't go. Staten trying to get the rebound. There's a scrum for the ball. Refs say it went out of bounds. Possession will go to Essex. Whew. Pardon my excitement, folks. What a play there by Destiny Perry. Giving Catonsville the lead, and it was a great basket, too. Kind of threw it up there under heavy pressure from her Essex defender. Managed to find the basket. What a play. Now a disagreement here between the refs trying to decide, I believe, they might be deciding what the shot clock should be on. Some obvious disgust being shown from both benches here at this pause in the play. The refs, I believe, are trying to discuss what the call should be on that last play, or the shot clock. They were confirming the call, looks like. Dickey's inbounds pass goes to Hammond. Hammond's back to Dickey. Traveling violation. Dickey took one too many steps, and Catonsville has possession. Thomas will inbound it, finds, instead of McKnight, finds Hammond, who's fouled on her way to the basket and scores off the steal. And Hammond's going to get another chance at the basket, it looks like, as into the game for the Cardinals is going to come freshman guard number 4, Maya Franklin from Owings Mills, Maryland, graduate of Newtown High School, making her first appearance of the game and a rare appearance on the year. She's going to replace McKnight. Franklin, the only sub working for the Cardinals tonight, as they have a litany of players out due to injuries. Again, 5 players on the bench for the Cardinals due to injuries tonight, so it's going to be a difficult task for them, but they've gotten off to a great start. They trail 14-3. Make that 15-3 as Hammond connects on that free throw. Perry had that big play earlier. Finds Russell. Russell. Thomas for 3. Too much power. Goes into the hands of Cabbagestock. Another chance for the Cardinals. Cabbagestock finds Thomas. Thomas moves into the paint. Puts up the shot. Won't go. There's a scrum for the ball, and Dickey's got it. But Dickey stepped out of bounds. Possession will go to Catonsville. Great start. Great chance here for the Cardinals. Cabbage Stalk had difficulty finding Perry. Gets Perry. Jumper. Catonsville ties it up 15-all. We got 4 minutes to go in the first quarter, and already the Cardinals playing much better than anticipated. Hawthorne's pass and shot won't go. There's a collision under the basket. We'll see what the call is. Foul's going to be on Lauren Russell, number 23. That's her first, team's third, as back into the game for the Knights come Gray and Blackstone. They're going to replace Staten and Hammond, so 2 more starters go to the bench. Inbounds pass immediately goes to Hawthorne. Hawthorne to Dickey. Dickey to Blackstone for 3. Won't go. Rebound taken by Hawthorne. She can't connect. Hawthorne grabs her own rebound, has to yank it out of Cabbage Stalk hands. Finds Dickey for 3. Bounces off and lands into the hands of Perry, or does it? There's another scrum. Jump ball is called. CU possession's going to be given to. They're going to say possession to Catonsville. What a great defensive stand there for the Cardinals. A little bit of luck at it there, but the basketball gods were smiling down on them on that possession. Thomas will inbound it to Perry. Perry back to Thomas. Thinks about a deep pass, thinks otherwise. A couple of those passes have been intercepted tonight. Perry, Franklin. Her first time with the ball. Franklin passes it to Perry somehow, and Catonsville takes the lead, 17-15. And they took the lead in probably the strangest way I've ever seen. I believe Franklin tried to pass it to Perry, and it bounced off her heel. Well, if it works, it works. Foul was also called, it looks like. Waiting to see who that was on. Dickey, Blackstone, Gray. Gray back to Dickey. Back to Gray. Gray for 3. Too much power, overshot it. Hawthorne with the rebound. It's deflected, and the rebound is taken by Cabbage Stalk as there's a foul called. Let's see what the foul's on. Foul looks like it's going to be on number 22, Takira Lancaster. Yes, it is. She's subbed out of the game. Is entering the game now for the Knights. Freshman guard number 11, Heather Middleton from Odenton, Maryland, graduate of Arundel High School. Pretty much every corner of Maryland represented in today's games. These are 2 of the biggest community colleges in Maryland. Lauren Russell's pass to Kayla Cabbage Stalk goes out of bounds into the Essex bench. So taking over will be the Knights. 2 minutes, 46 seconds to go in this first quarter, which has been an electric first quarter for both teams. And a much different start to this game than what was expected. Here's Blackstone, been held scoreless so far. Hawthorne, long-range jumper won't go. Rebound taken by Cabbage Stalk. Cabbage Stalk, great night for her so far. Here's Perry. Perry calling out a play. Catonsville getting a rare chance to set a play up here. Thomas finds Russell. Russell goes for 3. Oh, so close. Middleton grabs the rebound. Finds Dickey. Dickey has trouble corralling it. Thomas leaps on the ball, but Dickey rips it out of her hands and now has to contend with the double team. Dickey pulls up for the jumper and can't connect. Rebound taken by Russell. We got 2 minutes to go. Russell backs off. Try not to collide with Hawthorne there. What a start to this game for the Cardinals. Here's Russell. Nice pass to Cabbage Stalk. Puts up a shot but airballs it. Dickey with the rebound. And a collision there. Dickey collides with Perry, and it's going to be a foul against Perry. That's going to be her second, as now, we have an injured player on the floor. It's Lauren Russell. As the athletic training staff go out to check it out, this would not be good for the Cardinals as they only have 1 sub. As now timeout's going to come onto the court. Looks like that Anasia Staten and Tiffany Hammond are about to check back into the game for Essex. Looks like they'll head in. Lauren Russell helped back to her feet. Little shaky, but she's going to head back to the bench. Hopefully she'll be okay. Russell, an excellent shooter for the Cardinals. Their best three-point shooter by far. Very resilient and a tough player at that. She heads to the bench to get checked out. Mari McKnight's going to head back into the game for the Cardinals. This was the worst-case scenario for the Cardinals, having any injuries occur in this game. Again, 5 players for the Cardinals currently unable to play tonight. They include Anaya Tillery, Milan Marable, James Kirby Jackson, Jocelyn Fogel, and Alfreda Potter all out. So the Cardinals are running with the depleted roster tonight, but they have definitely shown a lot of fight in this first quarter. Here's Dickey to the line to shoot 2 and misses the first. Makes the second, makes it a 1-point game, 17-16. As Hammond checks back into the game, replacing Dickey. And now the Cardinals will be back on the offensive, leading by 1 here with 1:41 to go in the first quarter. Gabachstock finds McKnight. McKnight with the shot, bounces off the side of the rim, side of the backboard. Possession goes back to Essex. Blackstone airballs that one, and it'll be rebound taken by Perry. Gabachstock might have taken the rebound, actually, and handed it off to Perry. Perry to Thomas. Cardinals back on the offensive. We've reached about 1 minute to go in the first quarter. McKnight. Slowly approaching the basket. McKnight puts up a shot and nails it. Cardinals extend the lead. They're up by 3, 19-16. Gray, Blackstone for 3. Won't go. Rebound taken by Gabachstock. Gabachstock finds Perry. 43 seconds to go in this first quarter. Cardinals have kept Faith Blackstone scoreless in this first quarter so far. Gabachstock. Collision up near the basket. No foul called. Rebound taken by Middleton. Middleton finds Gray. Gray is intercepted by Perry. Shot clock turned off with 26 seconds to go. Perry dinks it over to McKnight. Now McKnight under pressure from Hammond. Hammond waving her hand in her face, trying to distract her. McKnight to Perry. They got to be careful. Essex is playing very aggressively here. They got to get one more shot off, try to extend the lead. Perry, nice move there. Finds Franklin for 3. A bounce. And it's in! Maya Franklin knocks down a 3. That's going to do it for the first quarter. It's 22-16, and the Cardinals, the Catonsville Cardinals, are up 22-16 on number 1 undefeated CCBC Essex in this epic rivalry game. We'll be back in just a bit with the start of the second quarter. (22-16), but it's not who you think who's leading. The CCBC Catonsville Cardinals have got the lead over number 1 undefeated CCBC Essex here in the sibling rivalry match. It's still early. We've got 3 more quarters to go, but after an exciting and electric first quarter that ended with freshman Maya Franklin knocking down probably the biggest 3 of her career so far, the Cardinals have taken the early lead. Now the question is, can Essex finally respond? Their top scorer, Faith Blackstone, the stellar sophomore who has averaged 20.7 points per game this season so far, has been held scoreless. On the court for the Cardinals, it'll be Perry, McKnight, Thomas, Cabbage-Stock, and returning after that earlier injury, Lauren Russell. Great to see. Starting on the court for Essex will be Middleton, Hammond, Blackstone, Gray, and Staton. Here we go. Second quarter. Cardinals defense has played a good role here. Middleton can't connect. Russell with the rebound. Russell, remember, was on her knees earlier after an injury, but she's back on the court, looking feisty. Ooh, double dribble. Carrying violation there on Catonsville. That's not going to help. Cardinals have been lucky so far tonight. They've managed to avoid any major instances of giving up points based on those violations. They've made a couple of them. Blackstone for three. Can't go. Gray, though, is able to get the rebound. And she goes back to Middleton. Might have been going for Blackstone. Now Blackstone with the ball. Double teamed. Cardinals defense has been ferocious so far in this game. Here's Gray, 10 seconds on the shot clock. Gray with the floater and ends the dry spell there for Essex, makes it 22-18. It's a lengthy dry spell for the Knights as well. McKnight, ooh, bad pass by McKnight. It's picked off by Gray. Thomas coming in. Gray is able to score, makes it a 2-point game, so Essex is starting to flex their muscle here. I was talking with my cameraman during the break between the quarters, you know, any time Essex can go on a run. Perry, big collision, flag, foul called as McKnight puts up the three. Let's see who the foul is on. It was Perry and Hammond who collided. It's against Essex. Tiffany Hammond is fouled for the first time tonight. Inbounds pass will go to Thomas. Thomas fights for it, puts up a bit of a wonky shot, and it's taken away by Blackstone. Now Blackstone streaking through the defenders, gets tied up, finds Middleton. Middleton for three, won't go. Cabbage-Stock with the rebound. Boy, she has been automatic in gobbling up those boards tonight. Perry finds Russell. Russell for three. Won't go. Rebound taken by Middleton. Cardinals struggling to find the basket here in the opening minutes of the second quarter. Here's a three attempt, well short by Hammond. Middleton tries a three, and she knocks it down. That's going to give the lead back to Essex, 23-22. Cardinals held the lead for a little bit, but this game is still close and it's still early. Thomas, foul called. Foul's going to be against Blackstone. That would be her second. First player tonight on Essex side with multiple fouls. Maya Franklin checking back into the game. She is going to replace Amari McKnight. And Ashley Dickey checks back into the game for Essex to replace Blackstone. Blackstone still held scoreless. We're going to keep bringing up that stat until she eventually does score. Perry calling up a play, making a move. She's been great so far tonight. Perry dicing through traffic. Perry, oh, can't connect. And Gray takes the rebound. Near turnover there by Hammond. It was Perry adding the pressure. Staton to Gray. Gray for three. Off the rim, back to her hand. She tries a jumper and does connect here. Makes it 25-22. It's a 3-point lead now. Cardinals haven't scored yet. Gonna try and get back. Perry, risky pass. Thomas is able to keep it corralled. Finds Russell. Russell. Back to Thomas. 10 seconds on the shot clock for Perry. 8, 7, Perry, Cabbage-Stock. Finds Perry, and a traveling violation called against Cabbage-Stock. And this is what we feared what would happen. The Cardinals starting to make some mistakes. And Essex has been capitalizing as Catonsville's going to take a timeout here. Scores 25-22. It's a 3-point lead for Essex. Still a close game with 7 minutes to go here in the second quarter. Take this time now to do a little bit of self-promotion. Ladies and gentlemen listening at home, if you're interested in the inner workings of CCBC Catonsville Athletics, all of the stories behind the scenes of our athletic department and our teams, then we've got the show for you. Inside the Nest, brand new podcast that just launched this past week, created by Ms. Kate Dibble, one of our athletic operations directors, and yours truly. This podcast follows the trials and tribulations of CCBC Catonsville Athletics, all of our sports teams, a monthly podcast that will get you up to speed with everything you need to know with the Cardinals. Inside the Nest, first episode now live on YouTube. Taking a quick look at the leaders in scoring so far. Tiffany Hammond's the leading scorer tonight for Essex with 9 points on the night. Leading rebounder for the Knights has been Tyler Gray, number 5, with 5. Leading assister, it's a tie between Gray and Blackstone with 2 each. Blackstone leads the teams with 2 fouls. For the Cardinals, leading scorer, it's a tie between Perry and McKnight with 8 each. Leading rebounder has been Cabbagestock with 6 so far. She's having herself a night. Leading assister, it's a 3-way tie between Perry, Franklin, and Cabbagestock, each with 1. Perry also has 2 fouls. Keep that in mind as we continue with this second quarter. Franklin. Deep 3 for Middleton. Not a chance there. Thomas. Oh, there's a scrum for the ball. Gray gets it, finds Dickey. Can't connect. There's another scrum. Ball goes out of bounds, and they're going to give possession to Catonsville. Looked like they were going to give possession to Essex at first. Hammond says they should give it to Essex, but the refs are going to say no, Catonsville. McKnight, by the way, has checked back into the game to replace, Cabbagestock. Head coach Stretch Brandon using his subs wisely here to try and give each of his players enough rest. Here's McKnight. McKnight fouled on her way to the basket. She should get a trip there to try and make this a 1-point game. McKnight knocks down the first, makes it 25-23. Hawthorne's checking back into the game to replace Gray. Well, at least she was. The ref told them, hold on, wait a second. As McKnight tries to make it a 1-point game here. And a miss there. Middleton, Hammond. Hammond to Staten. Staten for 3. Takes a big bounce, goes behind the basket, and possession goes back to the Cardinals. As now Hawthorne checks it to the game. 3-point shooting tonight, not been good for Essex. They're 3 of 16 so far. Actually, as a matter of fact, Essex is 9 of 33 in total shooting. 27.3% shooting percentage for the Knights tonight. Want to know what it is for Catonsville? 45%. They're 9 of 20. Catonsville looking like they're going to try and keep this a low-scoring affair as Thomas finds McKnight. McKnight surveying the territory in front of her, looking for an opening. Now McKnight fighting towards the basket, trying to get back those points she lost, and she'll get a chance as there's a foul called. Oh, and a technical foul's now been called. A technical foul called against Essex. This is what Catonsville was hoping to take advantage of tonight. Take advantage of mistakes by the opposition to try and force them to play at their pace. That's what Catonsville, both the men's and the women's teams in basketball, have done this season. Try to force their opponents to play at their pace, especially this women's team. They like playing games a lot slower, a lot more defensive orientated. They've got an opportunistic defense that loves getting steals. And that's exactly what the Cardinals are going to try and do tonight. Take advantage and take advantage of any opportunities you get from mistakes from the opposition and force Essex, one of the highest scoring teams in the country, to play at Catonsville's level. And they're doing that so far. Here's McKnight. No luck on the first. Shouts of encouragement. Oh, and another technical against the coach of Essex. Essex coach has just been charged. That's 2 straight technicals. This is turning into a disaster for the Knights. Now, Catonsville just needs to capitalize here. McKnight having some trouble there connecting on her free throws. They're going to swap her out for the technicals for a different free throw shooter, and they're going to send Destiny Perry. That's a good one there. Destiny Perry, one of the best free throw shooters that Catonsville has. She nearly went perfect earlier this season in one of our home games. Here's Perry to shoot for the technicals. And I'm going to chalk that one up as commentator's curse. Cardinals could have the lead by now if they've nailed their free throws, but they haven't. Perry. There we go. Makes it a 1-point game. Now they're going to send Cabbage-Stock to the line to shoot 2 more. So realistically, the Cardinals could have gained 6 points from this, but it looks like at the most they could only gain 3. But that's okay. They'll still have the lead if Cabbage-Stock can make hers, knock on wood. I'll check that. The best we can do now is a tie. It's not, I don't, being blunt is part of my job, and I hate to be blunt, but this is a missed opportunity for the Cardinals. With 2 technical fouls and a personal foul, the Cardinals could have scored 6 points here. They're going to come away with just 2, but it's a tie game regardless, 25-25. Pair of technical fouls by Essex may have turned the tide of this game. Now the question is, can Catonsville take the lead here? They will have possession. Amari McKnight back into the game. Cabbage-Stock will inbound it to Perry. Here we go. Starting this possession in enemy territory with the full shot clock. Perry charging at the basket and is fouled. Another foul committed by Essex. And Destiny Perry will go to the line to try and make up for those lost free throws. A chance to give Catonsville the lead. Catonsville with the lead. Perry knocks down her first, makes it 26-25. Perry extends the lead, 27-25. It's a brief whistle here as the refs are going to allow a substitute. It's going to be Blackstone re-entering the game. And she's going to come in for Middleton. (27-25), halfway through the second quarter, a game that nobody expected to go like this. The Cardinals playing on even terms with their arch rivals, the Knights, the #1 team in the country. Here's Staten for 3, in and out, rebound taken by McKnight. She finds Russell. Oh, and Russell caught on another violation. That's her second one of the night. Cardinals still got the lead, but they can't afford to make those kinds of mistakes. Hawthorne for 3. A mighty bounce right back into the arms of Dickey. Dickey finds Hammond. They're going to count that for 2. Tying it back up at 27. Here's Russell. Russell to Perry. Catonsville trying to respond here. They're keeping this game close. As long as they keep it close, they got a chance. McKnight for 3. Buries it! Amari McKnight for 3. gives Catonsville the lead back. They're actually going to rule that last shot by Hammond as a 3, so it's 30-28. Blackstone finally gets her first points of the night, ties it up at 30. This game turned it into a back and forth battle. We don't care. This is good basketball we're getting tonight at the Jack, ladies and gentlemen. Cabbage talk to Perry, who's wide open. Perry to McKnight. McKnight for the jumper. Oh, in and out rebound taken by Staten. Staten goes to Dickey. Dickey Hammond. Hammond for 3, won't go. The three-point shooting just hasn't been there tonight for Essex. Honestly, neither team has been able to knock down their threes, but for Essex, it's pretty damning. They're one of the best three-point shooting teams in the country. Perry directing traffic, looking for an opportunity. Hands it off to Russell. Deep 3 by Russell. Oh, not enough power. Rebound taken by Staten. Trying to break through for McKnight, and she fires it back to Perry for a steal. Disney Perry having a great night. Calming herself down here. Trying to find opening, gets a nice pick from McKnight. Nearly lost control of the ball there, goes for Russell. Russell trying to make a decision on what to do. Russell, ooh, collision. Oh, they're gonna say a violation there on Russell. They're gonna rule Russell for the foul, a charge. That's Russell's second on the night as Tyler Gray checks back into the game for CCBC Essex. We're also getting a substitution for the Cardinals. Maya Franklin heading into the game to replace Russell after that foul. It's tied up 30-30 with 3 minutes, 17 seconds to go. Blackstone. Staten to Gray now. Gray for 3. Off target rebound, Cabbage stock. Here's Thomas. Thomas to Perry. Risky pass, and that's why it was risky. Gray intercepts it. Now Gray puts up a risky pass. Try to get to Blackstone. Cabbage stock slides in. Blackstone puts up the shot. Fouled by Franklin. Oh, and the crowd didn't like that. That's her first team second in the quarter. She checks back out of the game as Russell comes out. Russell comes in, excuse me. And Faith Blackstone will go to the line to shoot 2. Just 2 points on the night so far for Blackstone. She finally got her first points of the game, but she held scoreless the first quarter. Make her first. Give Essex the lead back 31-30. Blackstone will make both, makes it 32-30. And Blackstone with the steal and is fouled again. And I'm going to ask the same question that somebody from the stands just yelled out of Catonsville. What are they doing? Thomas is going to check out of the game now, replaced by Maya Franklin. 2 shots here for Faith Blackstone. Try to extend the lead once more. Automatic. Goes for a second and connects with both. It's a 4-point lead for Essex. Still manageable for the Cardinals. They can't be making any more mistakes here. Cabbage stock. Russell. McKnight. McKnight as it's stolen away by Dickey. There's a collision. No foul called. Alrighty then. Blackstone for 3. Knocks it down, makes it a 7-point lead, 37-30. And Faith Blackstone must have been tuned into our broadcast and heard us talking about how she hasn't scored yet. There's another turnover. Blackstone gonna try again. Goes to Dickey. She's caught traveling. Big break there for the Cardinals. It's a 7-point deficit for the Cardinals. This is their biggest deficit of the night so far. Should be worth mentioning. Still manageable though, 2-possession game. Perry, Cabbage stock. Cabbage stock to Russell. Russell loses control of the ball. And it's stripped away by Gray. Gray finds Dickey wide open lane. Dickey can't connect. Cabbage with the rebound. Big break there for the Cardinals. Here's Perry. Perry to McKnight. McKnight fighting and getting the basket there. Makes it 37-32 with a minute and a half to go before we hit the half. Here's Dickey, pulls up for the jumper. Knocks it down, makes it 39-32. Still a 7-point lead for Essex. But Catonsville not going down without a fight. Cabbage Perry. Perry had to be careful. Flips it up. Oh, and Blackstock, woo! McKnight dives for it. It's a dangerous position for Faith Blackstock to be in. McKnight hits it, but she's still down. And McKnight is still down. Athletic trainers are going to come out to check her out. There was a big collision there between McKnight and Faith Blackstone. Again, like we mentioned in the first quarter when Lauren Russell went down, Cardinals only have one sub, so they cannot afford any injuries. There was a similar situation the Cardinals found themselves in when they played a game against, let me just check the schedule here. They played a game against Hagerstown earlier this season. Hagerstown only had 5 players for the entire game. The final results of that game, 72-27. The Cardinals won that game big. That's what happens when there's only 5 players left. Players end up tiring out pretty quickly. Our athletic trainer, Miss Abby Miller, out there on the court assisting with Mari McKnight. Now head coach Stretch Brandon coming out to check. We hope it's nothing serious. Anna Thomas is going to check back into the game for the Cardinals. As Amari McKnight now starting to get to her feet, it looks like. Never mind, she's still down on the court. We're not going to speculate about what may have happened. You can hear the applause from the crowd. Amari McKnight being helped to her feet by our athletic training staff and head coach Morris Stretch Brandon. McKnight being helped off the court. Got a minute. 19 seconds to go here in the second quarter. Score 39-32. As our athletic training staff helping Amari McKnight gingerly off the court. We hope it's nothing serious. Checking into the game for Essex, number 34, Indiana Pacheco, freshman forward from Harrison, New Jersey, graduate of Hudson Catholic High School, making her first appearance of the night, getting a big cheer from the Essex bench. We're back underway. Just about a minute to go. Essex trying to extend their lead here. Catonsville trying to keep the momentum going. Dickey finds Gray. Gray to Staten. Staten back to Dickey. Dickey for 3. Misses it. Pacheco nearly gets the rebound. Gabbage gets the rebound, it looks like. 1 minute to go until the half. 39-32 in this game. It's been a stunner so far. Here is Russell. Russell puts up a shot, won't go. Grabs her own rebound. Puts up another shot, not enough power. Maya Franklin trying to get in there. But Dickey ends up taking the rebound. Dickey, Pacheco. Back to Dickey. Dickey finds Gray. Gray for 3 for the corner. Overshoots. Rebound taken by Russell. Russell flips it to Perry. Shot clock turned off. 23 seconds to go until the half. Here's Thomas for three for the corner. Anna Thomas knocks it down. Makes it a 4-point game with 10 seconds to go, 39-35. Reignites this crowd who had been hushed after Amari McKnight's injury. Final seconds tick away. Dickey, Gray, one last shot. Gray will miss, and we will go to the half. 39-35, a close one here at the Jack Manley Wellness and Athletics Center. Essex leads, but Catonsville is not out of it yet. We go to the half. We'll be back in 15 minutes. We are back, getting set for the second half of this evening's match between the two siblings that make up this sibling rivalry, CCBC Essex and CCBC Catonsville, and it has been a great one so far. When this game started, we anticipated it would be a one-sided game, considering that Essex is the #1 ranked team in NJCAA Division II. What we did not expect was for this game to be as competitive as it is. The score at the half, 39-35. Catonsville down just 4 points. And doing all this while missing 5 players due to injury, only 6 players, and they might be stuck with 5 players after Amari McKnight went down at the end of the second quarter. Let's take a look at the team stats heading into this game. We start with the visitors from Essex with 39 points on the board. The Knights have shot 13 of 46 from the paint for a shooting percentage of 28.3. It's been pretty abysmal for them tonight. 5 of 25 from three-point range. They've only hit 20% of their threes. And 8 of 9 from the free throw line. 88.9%. That's where they have been fantastic. 12 turnovers, 20 points off of turnovers, 26 total rebounds, 12 offensive, 14 defensive. 7 assists, 0 blocks, 10 steals, and 9 total fouls for the Knights. Meanwhile, for Catonsville, 35 points on the board, 12 of 27 of shooting. They've shot 44.4% for the field. That is fantastic. They've got 3 of 8 from three-point range. They haven't taken a lot of threes, but when they do take them, 37.5% of the time they're going to make it. They're 8 of 13 from the free throw line, not helped out by that big loss they suffered after those 2 technical fouls when they missed the majority of their free throws, which could have put them in a position where they were up even more. 61.5% shooting for the free throw line, that is. 18 turnovers, 10 points off of turnovers, 22 total rebounds, 2 offensive, 20 defensive, most of which have been thanks to Kayla Cabbagestock. 5 assists, 1 block, 5 steals, 9 fouls. Individually, for the Knights, their leading scorer has been Tiffany Hammond with 12 points on the night. Leading rebounder has been Tyler Gray with 5, also tied with Anasia Staton with 5 there. Leading assist has been Tyler Gray with 3. In terms of foul trouble, 3 players with 2 fouls, Tiffany Hammond, Faith Blackstone, and Anasia Staton. Meanwhile, for the Cardinals, leading scorer for the Knights has been Amari McKnight with 14 points. Leading rebounder has been Kayla Cabbagestock with 9 so far. Leading assister has been Destiny Perry with 2. Perry, McKnight, and Russell each with 2 fouls each. That's where the danger lies for the Cardinals. With only 6 available players, they can't afford to have anybody foul out. It's going to be interesting to see what happens here. It's also going to be interesting to see what happens with their lead scorer, Mari McKnight, on the night. 14 points on the night, but will she play the second half after that injury? Hopefully it was nothing serious. We don't speculate here, so we'll have to wait and see. She is still suited up on the bench, though. That's good to see. Here we go. On the floor for the Cardinals, it'll be Russell, Perry, Cabbagestock, Thomas, and McKnight. On the floor for Essex will be Gray, Blackstone, Hammond, Glover, and Staton. Great to see McKnight in there. That means it wasn't serious. We're back underway. We've got 20 minutes of basketball left to decide this thriller. Catonsville starting with possession. Russell, Thomas in the corner. McKnight, her first time touching the ball since going out. She scores immediately. Makes it a 2-point game. And it's clear whatever affliction Amari McKnight had earlier, it's not going to affect her now. Essex back on the attack. Blackstone finds Gray. Hammond for 3, won't go. Staton with the rebound. Blocked by Cabbagestock, and the rebound is taken by Perry. Now Perry, deep pass to Thomas. Thomas got to be careful. Fouled on her way to the basket. And Thomas might have been hurt, shaken up there. She's helped back to her feet, looks to be okay. Clutching that knee a bit, hope it's nothing serious, but she seems to be okay. The foul was on Anasia Staten, her third. Now she's going to be our first player in some foul trouble here. Essex can afford to have players foul out. They've got a very deep bench. Excuse me. Catonsville can't, though. Thomas misses her first as she's still clutching that knee. Situations like this with so few subs, you just cannot afford to have that happen for the Cardinals, especially this early in the third quarter when they're still in a position to possibly win. Thomas goes for her second. No luck, and a chance to tie up the game squandered. We're going to chalk that one up to Anna Thomas's knee not being 100% and see if Catonsville can get a stop here. Chance of defense coming from this crowd, very much on the side of Catonsville. Good to see. Blackstone for three. Takes a big bounce and won't go. Cabbage-Stock rebound. That's her 10th. Here's Thomas. Try and make up those points. Does a little extra dribble there. Shake off the rustiness on that knee. Perry, Russell for three. Oh, in and out. McKnight fights for the rebound, and they're going to say possession is Catonsville's. Good heads-up play there. Good hustle by Amari McKnight's going to keep possession with the white and red. As now, refs are going to have a discussion here over whether or not possession should go to Catonsville. My best guess is what they're going to make an adjustment there to the shot clock, it looks like. Cabbage-Stock, McKnight has it nearly stripped away, goes out of bounds, but possession sticks with the Cardinals. Cabbage-Stock inbounds it to Russell. Russell to Perry. Perry. 7 seconds on the shot clock. Got to get a shot off. Gets Cabbage-Stock. Floats it. Won't go. Rebound taken by Blackstone. All that for nothing for the Cardinals. Here's Gray. Gray to Blackstone. Blackstone for three. Nails it and will extend the lead 42-37. Cardinals have to respond here. They've missed on a lot of opportunities. Thomas, risky pass. Glover bats it out of bounds. Possession's going to stick with Catonsville there. Meanwhile, Essex's head coach is still arguing with the refs about something. He got a technical foul back in the first. Russell will inbound it. Goes to Perry. I don't think Gray was expecting it. Ooh, nasty pick there by McKnight. Perry pulls up. Oh, shot won't go. McKnight with the rebound. Tries to go for the score, but can't connect. Is the bucket run dry already for the Cardinals? Hammond. Blackstone. Double dribble for Blackstone. Possession goes back to the Cardinals. Now they have to capitalize here. A good chance. Russell, Perry, McKnight charging into the paint and is fouled on her way to the basket. See McKnight taking those deep breaths there, trying to calm herself down. McKnight will go to the line to try and shoot two. Make this a three-point game. The way I see it, as long as the Cardinals are within 10 points, it's still a winnable contest. It's when they start to fall behind by more than 10 that things start to get a little iffy. McKnight can't connect on her first. It's been a rough night for her tonight from the free throw line. She's 3 of 7 so far. She will make the second, though. Makes it a 4-point lead for Essex, 38-42. Staton, her pass is tipped out of bounds by Perry. Possession will go back to, will stay with Essex, excuse me. It will stay with Essex. Staton puts up a shot, buries it. It's at 44-38. It's a 6-point advantage now for Essex. They're starting to pull away a little bit. Oh, big collision at midcourt. And I think they're going to call a foul on Essex, it looks like. Yeah, foul on number 2, Tiffany Hammond. Crowd showing some displeasure there on that call. I believe that's the few Essex crowds here. Here's Russell going to Perry. Perry has it stolen away from Dickey, who's checked into the game. But Dickey loses control. Oh, they're going to give possession to Essex. No, now they're going to give possession. There's a discussion on who they should give possession to. The crowd says Catonsville. I say Catonsville too. Dickey was the last to touch it. They have to give it to Catonsville here. They're going to give it to Catonsville. Good call there by the far side ref who made that change. Inbounds pass goes to Thomas, who gets tripped over hard and might have hurt her knee. Another injury for the Cardinals, it looks like. Blackstone. Here's Gray, puts up a shot. Glover with the rebound and scores. Thomas has walked off whatever ailment she had. It's 46-38. It's an 8-point lead now for Essex. Catonsville starting to fall behind. The biggest deficit of the night was 7. McKnight, wide open shot, off target. And everything is coming undone for the Cardinals. Here's Dickey. Collision. Ooh, nasty collision too. Both players went down hard. Cabbage back to her feet. Dickey still down. See what the call is. They're going to call Thomas for the foul. She's going to get checked out, and hopefully she can get that leg checked out. Maya Franklin checking back into the game for the Cardinals. It's an 8-point deficit for Catonsville. They came back from a 7-point deficit earlier. Blackstone immediately puts up a shot, and it's partially deflected into the arms of Perry. Perry charging, trying to go coast to coast. Can't connect, ball off the side of the base, off the side of the backboard, excuse me. Now Blackstone trying to go up. Nice deflection there by Cabbage. Blackstone dishes it out to Staton. Staton for 3. They're going to roll that at 2, it looks like. Well, it's a 10-point disadvantage now for the Cardinals, 48-38. Has the magic run out tonight? We still got a quarter and a half to figure it out. Cardinals are going to call out timeout to try and calm down. 48-38, excuse me. Thomas is back out on the court for the Cardinals. Cabbage Stalk now heads out. She's limping a little bit too. And this battered Catonsville team doing all they can to keep competitive. Russell's inbounds pass goes to Perry. Perry finds McKnight. McKnight puts up the shot. May have been partially deflected from behind by Dickey. Here's Staten to try and extend the lead. Oh! What a block by McKnight. Foul's going to be called here. McKnight's going to be called for a foul in that block, it looks like. And now a chance to continue to extend the lead for Essex here. As this will send Denasia Staten to the line to shoot 2. Staten makes the first. It's an 11-point lead. Biggest lead of the night for Essex, and it's growing. It's going to grow some more there. Now it's a 12-point disadvantage for the Cardinals. 50-38. Whatever magic the Cardinals had in the first half, they're going to need to tap into that here if they want to get back for this. Doesn't help when Perry. Check that. It's actually going to be a kickball against Essex. Perry's pass was kicked into the air by Blackstone, I believe. So possession is going to stick with Catonsville. Thomas will inbound. Her inbounds pass goes to McKnight. McKnight has difficulty corralling it. 10-second violation by the Cardinals. That's going to get possession back to Essex. Inbounds pass Dickey. Dickey to Blackstone. Blackstone back to Dickey. Dickey to Staten. Staten for 3. That's not good. That's going to push this lead to 15. 53-38. As a whistle's called here, I believe. Timeout, it looks like. All right, then. 53-38 the score as Essex is starting to open up a lead. They lead by 15 here with 5 minutes, 20 seconds to go in the third quarter as this one has gone from a back-and-forth affair where Catonsville was giving Essex all they could handle. It looks like Essex is starting to establish firm control of this game. It's been a fun one so far. Hopefully it can continue like that. While we're in the midst of this timeout, folks, once again, we want to bring a shout-out to to something that we alluded to back in the first half. If you're interested in the inner workings of CCBC Catonsville athletics and want to learn more about the behind-the-scenes aspects of our athletic teams and programs, then check out the Inside the Nest podcast, hosted by Isaac Donsky, which is airing live on YouTube on CCBC Catonsville's official YouTube channel. Monthly podcast that will give you everything you need to know about the ins and outs of CCBC Catonsville's many athletic programs. First episode just dropped earlier this week. We implore you to go check it out. It's a fun little project that myself and our athletic operations director, Caitlin Dibble, have been working on. We think it's a lot of fun, and we implore you to go check it out. First episode recaps last men's soccer season and gives a little look into the basketball season so far. Back to work we go. Let's get back to the game at hand here. Inbounds pass for Perry. Perry gets a pick from McKnight, looking for an opening. Finds Thomas instead. Thomas a little hobbled from that knee, but is still going to fight through the pain, it looks like. Thomas backs up, calls out a play. Got 10 seconds on the shot clock. Got to act now. Thomas covered by Gray. 7, 6, 5. McKnight pulls up for the jumper. The scoring drought will continue for Catonsville. 53-38 is going to stay that way as the Cardinals can't connect. Staten, Dickey, looking for an opening. Dickey to Gray. Gray, Blackstone for 3. Off target, but Glover with the rebound. She scores, makes it 55-38. A 17-point lead for Essex. It's starting to get ugly. Perry cutting through traffic all the way. Ooh! Slips and collides with the tower. She's slow to get up, but she's back on her feet. Missed the shot, so now Staten will try to respond. Staten puts up a shot. It's a 19-point lead now for Essex. Essex has just roared out to a massive lead. Catonsville can't stop getting in their own way. Perry, a little hobbled from that collision. Clutching her leg there. Here's McKnight trying to fight her way in. Can't connect. This river's run dry on Catonsville's magical start to this game. Dickey trying to make it a 20-point disadvantage. Can't that time. Thomas with the rebound. Thomas finds Russell. Russell to Perry. Perry stops. Finds Thomas. Thomas flips it to Russell. Russell to McKnight. McKnight puts up a shot. Still can't connect. Cardinals are in agony as they watch this. They can't believe it. Blackstone just charges all the way through. Can't connect, gets her a rebound. Nice block by Thomas. Blackstone fighting for it. Has it stolen out of her hands by Maya Franklin. There was a sense of aggression there as a foul is called. Substitutes coming in for the Cardinals. Franklin exits the game. Cabishstock comes in. Coming into the game now for Essex is going to be Middleton, Hawthorne, and Lancaster. Hawthorne and Lancaster still looking for their first points of the game. Middleton has 3 points on the night. Hawthorne, by the way, 0 for 6 at shooting so far. Been a rough night for her. Turns out that wasn't a foul. Instead, oh, it was a foul. Never mind. Ball stolen. Hawthorne ends that scoring drought by scoring. Should mention that also having checked into the game for Essex is sophomore guard number 21, Sierra Smith from Greenwood, Delaware, graduate of Woodbridge High School. 21-point deficit for the Cardinals here. They try to get back into it. Cabishstock puts up a shot and ends the Catonsville scoring drought. Makes it 59-40. It's a 19-point deficit now for the Cardinals to work with. It's still something they can come back from. Hawthorne for three. No luck. Perry with the rebound. Perry trying to go coast to coast, and she will. 59-42. Cardinals starting to dig into that lead just a little bit. They've pushed it down to 17. Missed shot there by Adriana Pacheco, another substitute. Made a mistake in substitutions there. Essex has substituted their entire starting lineup in favor of their bench players. So if there's ever a chance for Catonsville to take advantage, it's now. Perry, 10 seconds left. Perry drawing at the shot clock, flips it to Thomas. Thomas, a deep three. Oh, she knocks it down! Anna Thomas, a huge three, makes it 59-45. Great shot there. Cardinals starting to get some momentum. Here's a three by Smith. Won't go, rebound taken by Russell. Now Russell trying to go all the way. Can't connect. Hawthorne with the rebound. Russell couldn't Euro step her way to that basket. Hawthorne trying to push her way into the defense. Middleton for a deep three. That's going to be a response. Makes it 62-45 as Essex calls a timeout. So with a minute, 18 seconds to go in the third quarter, Catonsville showing signs of life here, 62-45. They can still come back from this. There's still plenty of time. We'll be right back. 62-45, minute 18 to go here in the third quarter. Catonsville trying to keep the momentum going. They've started to claw back just a tad. All they really need is one good run to get back in this. Thomas double teamed, trying to break in. Minute to go. Thomas nearly has it stripped from her hands from Gray. She finds Franklin. Franklin to McKnight. A minute to go in the third. McKnight fighting for it. Gets into an altercation with Dickey. Jump ball. Possession Essex. Been one of the big problems tonight for the Cardinals so far in this third quarter. Situations like that, they haven't been able to take advantage of it. Staten for three. Knocks it down. And Essex is going to keep up the pressure, going for a full court press, it looks like. Thomas, McKnight, Cabbage-Stock. Cabbage-Stock puts up a shot. Won't go. Grabs her own rebound, puts up another shot. Still won't go. Staten with the rebound, flips it to Dickey. 27 seconds left. There's a 1 second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Ball goes out of bounds. Essex will keep possession. Staten now is taking over as the leading scorer for Essex with 16 points. She's also the leading rebounder with 8 rebounds on the game so far. Dickey finds Blackstone. Back to Dickey. Dickey dodges a pass. Oh, what a block by Kayla Cabbage-Stock. A huge block. Here's Russell. 13 seconds left on the clock. Russell puts up a shot, won't go. Wild shot by Russell. Now Essex going to try and add to their lead. Dickey lays it up and in. Easy points. It's a 22-point lead as we head into the fourth quarter. 67-45 is the score. Essex has firmly taken control of this one. We've got 10 more minutes to play. Can the Cardinals come back from 22? We'll be right back to see if they can. Ten minutes left to decide this contest. It's a 22-point deficit for the Cardinals. They're trying to close out strong and, if possible, get a miracle. 67-45 the score. The final quarter begins now as the inbounds pass is nearly stolen away by Essex. Russell inbounds it to McKnight to get us started. McKnight finds Russell. Russell guarded by Hammond. Looking for an opening. Russell finds Thomas. Thomas to Cabbage-Stock. Cabbage-Stock puts up the floater, won't go. Ball knocked out of bounds, and they're going to say that Gray was the last to touch it, as she and Franklin battle for it. Possession will stick with the Cardinals. Destiny Perry getting some much-needed rest. Inbounds pass goes deep to Russell. 10 seconds on the shot clock. They got to act now. Cabbage-Stock gets a pick from McKnight. Passes it out to Thomas. Thomas for a deep three. And she was fouled. Or was she? Yes. Foul's going to be on number 2, Tiffany Hammond. That is her. Is there a 4th or 5th? That's her 5th. That's her 5th. Hammond fouls out. She ends the night 12 points, 2 rebounds. Was the leading scorer for much of the first half, but she's going to sit out the rest of this game. Destiny Perry back into the game. Heather Middleton checks into the game to replace Hammond as Anna Thomas hits the line to shoot 3. Makes her first. It's a 21-point deficit. Now to make it a 20-point deficit. Knocks it down. Good trip so far. 67-47. Plenty of time left, too. And that one with a little bit of a flourish as it does a couple of laps around the rim. Makes it a 19-point deficit. Cardinals cutting into the lead. Staten for 3. Won't go. Perry's able to take the rebound. I don't think anyone else was looking for it. And Perry with a wise move there to move out of the way of Middleton. Perry. Thomas for 3. Off target rebound taken by Glover. Glover flips it to Gray. Gray charging. Puts up a shot and banks it in. Pushes it back to a 20-point deficit. Ooh, big collision. And Gray goes down hard. Gray back to her feet, but gingerly on that one leg to try and walk it off. Gray still walking it off. Hopefully she's okay. Been a lot of injuries tonight, a lot of players going down. Gray still might not be 100%. She's gonna stay out there though. Inbounds pass goes to Perry. Perry finds Russell. Russell to McKnight. McKnight to Cabotstock. Cabotstock for 3. Off target, rebound taken by Middleton. Middleton flips it to Blackstone. We're back underway once again. Blackstone. Glover. Excuse me. Misses the 3 there. Perry with the rebound. It was actually Cabotstock with the rebound. As Perry has it stolen out of her hands by Gray. Gray flips it to Blackstone. Back to Gray. Gray dodges Perry and scores, but gets knocked as a foul is called after Cabotstock knocks her to the ground. Makes it 71-48. It's a rough foul there for the Cardinals. Cabotstock's second, team's first of the quarter. Hopefully they didn't aggregate anything on Gray, already limping a bit. She'll have one shot. Gray will make it. Gray checked out of the game now to get some much needed rest, and well-deserved rest, I should say, as well. Dickey will come in. Back underway we go. 72-48 the score. Catonsville now just trying to finish this one off strong. Thomas to Perry. Perry. Cabotstock pulls up and nails the jumper. Cardinals have a 50 burger Cardinals have a 50 burger on the scoreboard, but they're still trailed by 22 points. Middleton, deep 3, right off the backboard, right into her hands. Russell wasn't looking. Middleton for another 3, and again misses. Perry with the rebound there. Takira Lancaster getting ready to check into the game, it looks like. Russell, deep 3. Won't go. Rebound taken by Staten. Here's Blackstone. Tripped up in a collision with Cabotstock. That's going to be another foul for her, her 3rd. She joins McKnight in some serious foul trouble. McKnight with 3 as well. Lancaster checks back into the game. Middleton for a deep three. Way off target. Too much power on that one. Ball goes out of bounds. Possession will go to Catonsville. McKnight steps out of bounds. That's going to give possession back to Essex. There's a discrepancy here between the two coaches. I think the refs are talking to the coaches here, trying to figure something out. 7 minutes, 27 seconds to go in this game. Back we go. Middleton for three. Finally is able to connect. Makes it 75-50. 25-point deficit for the Cardinals. Thomas to Russell. Russell, McKnight. And McKnight's going to score there. Tough contested basket. Makes it 75-52. Keeps it somewhat close. Another three for Middleton. Off target. Rebound taken by Essex. There's a scrum for the ball. Big scrum. The jump ball is going to be called, and possession is going to stick with Essex. Inbounds pass goes to Blackstone. Blackstone charges to the basket, won't go. Perry with the rebound. Deep shot here for Thomas for three. Knocks it down. Pushes it back to a 20-point deficit for the Cardinals. Dickey slides to a stop here. Finds Blackstone. Blackstone. Middleton. And Middleton's going to score. 6 minutes to go as Perry hits the ground. And that's going to be an injury there for the Cardinals. As Perry goes down, that's another Cardinal player getting banged up. Destiny Perry's had a great night tonight. 13 points, 6 rebounds, 4 assists. Athletic trainers out there helping out Perry once again. Third Cardinal player to go down with an injury tonight. Lauren Russell went down in the first quarter. Amari McKnight went down right before halftime. Both of them have returned to the game. They're going to try and help Perry to her feet. This one seems to be a bit more serious than the others. We're not going to speculate again. We're going to give them some privacy as they work out on the court. Still 5 minutes, 57 seconds to go in this game. You got to give it to the Cardinals. They kept this game close in the first half. It was closer than expected. I don't blame them for losing this one. down 77-55. They are facing the number 1 team in Division II. It was expected that this game would be a blowout, but the Cardinals have fought valiantly, and they've paid for it with their bodies in this case. They're going to carry Perry off of the court. We're going to keep the camera off for her privacy and for the team's privacy, as this one seems to be a tad more serious than the previous one. Well, thank you for sticking with us there, folks. 6 minutes to go until the end of this one. Cardinals now battered and bruised, just hoping to get to the end of this one. They fought valiantly, as I mentioned. They fought valiantly. Thomas will inbound it to Russell. Quick passes by the Cardinals. Cabotstock puts up a shot, in and out. Rebound taken by Hawthorne, who's checked into the game for Essex. Not a lot of substitutions this quarter, but when they come, they usually come during the injury timeouts. Here's Dickey, puts up a shot, and knocks it down. Dickey now with 9 points on the night. Essex, got to hand it to him. 5 players, double-digit scoring, and Asia Staten leads everybody with 16 points. McKnight trying to get through the full-court press as a 10-second violation called here against the Cardinals. It's been a rough one. Well, folks, at the end of every CCBC Catonsville game, we like to give out our own little award, the Player of the Game Award, given out to the player who had the best overall performance. And today, I'm going to do something a little unorthodox and give it to every member of the Cardinals. Short-handed, only 6 players able to suit up with 5 players out injured, going up against the number 1 team in the country in Division II. They fought valiantly. It's 79-55, but remember, this game was incredibly close for the first 2.5 quarters. As that 3 goes nowhere there for Hawthorne. So I'll give it to the whole Cardinal team. Amari McKnight with 19 points, Thomas with 15 points. There's a 3 by Lauren Russell, no luck for her. Russell's had a rough night shooting. 0 for 10, 0 for 6, 0 for 11, excuse me, on the night for Lauren Russell. Been a rough night for her. But this Cardinals team has fought through thick and thin to make this game a surprisingly competitive contest. That's what happens when you face off against some of your arch rivals. McKnight gets the inbounds pass and scores. Nice finish there for Amari McKnight. Makes it 79-57. Middleton for 3. Bangs it in, 82-57. So once again, player of the game goes to the entire Catonsville team for getting through this one. McKnight with 19 points, Thomas with 17 points, Perry with 13, Kayla Cabotstock with 15 rebounds. That's a new career high for her. Here's Thomas trying to fight past Dickey. Thomas for 3. Oh, just off of the rim. Middleton with a football-style pass down to Dickey. Dickey trying to get around Cabotstock. Nice move and finishes. It gets a big reaction from the crowd. Got to hand it to these Essex fans. They are passionate. They've come out in droves. And a big shout out to the Catonsville fans, too. You know, it's good to see Catonsville getting a big crowd, especially on a Wednesday night contest. As Cabotstock with a nice floater makes it 84-59. Dickey trying to respond, finds Middleton for 3. Heather Middleton is now the leading scorer for CCBC Essex with 17 points off of 5 threes, as there's a steal, and Lancaster will score. Makes it 89-59. It's a 30-point deficit for the Cardinals. Hard to believe that this is the situation we're in after the start of this game. I still will fight for the Cardinals here, that they put up a good fight. We got 3.5 minutes to go, folks. Timeout's been called by Catonsville. Cardinals are just trying to get to the end of this one, it looks like. That injury to Destiny Perry sucked all the air out of the building for the Cardinals. Well, you can't win them all. Next up for the Cardinals, next Wednesday, a week from now, they face off against Anne Arundel Community College right here at the Jack Manley Wellness and Athletic Center, 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can catch it on the CCBC Catonsville Cardinals YouTube page. Yours truly will be in the booth. Next home game is against Monroe College Bronx. They face off against them Sunday, January 22nd, 4 p.m. So next week, a lot of fun coming up for the Cardinals the next couple of weeks. The month of January looking to be a very fun week for them. They got a lot of home games coming up. End goal, of course, to get to the Region 20 tournament March 9th, Thursday, being hosted by Frederick Community College. Meanwhile, for the Knights, they're looking to finish this one up, go 16-0 on the season, complete their undefeated so far record. Their next matchup this Saturday, they host West Virginia University Potomac State College at the CCBC Essex Wellness and Athletic Center. You can catch that 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Essex next game after that, they'll be in Pennsylvania to face off against Harcum, face off against Monroe, and then play Monroe College of the Bronx on Saturday the 21st as Monroe College's Bronx campus completes their tour of the CCBC campuses. We still got about 3 minutes to play in this one. Catonsville just trying to hold on here as Maya Franklin loses a shoe. Middleton for three. Wow. Heather Middleton has 20 points on the night and 6 3-pointers. What a night for Heather Middleton. Russell to McKnight. McKnight to Thomas. Thomas looking for an opening. Is fouled on her way to the basket. Now Maya Franklin limping. That would mean, I believe, that pretty much every member of the Cardinals tonight has suffered an injury in some form. Check that. Franklin just had to tie her shoe. It's all good. Readjust it. It's about to get worried there for a second if every member of the Cardinals starting lineup and their bench players that were active tonight have gotten hurt. Destiny Perry still being checked out by the athletic staff. We hope that everything is okay and it's nothing serious. Thomas makes her first, got one more to go. 92-60 is the score. Pretty wild to think that this is going to end up being the result of this game after how close it was in the first half. And again, we have to give credit to the Cardinals for playing so well in that first half. It's Sierra Smith for three. There's a miss. Lancaster gets the rebound, tries to get it to Pacheco, but it gets knocked out of bounds. Kickball is going to be ruled. Possession should stick with Essex. McKnight arguing her case, not going to work. 2.5 minutes to go. Pacheco blocked by Cabbage-Stock. Deflection falls into the arms of McKnight. Here's Russell for three. Off target. Hawthorne with the rebound. A charge going to be called here against Hawthorne, it looks like. Russell for three. Scoring drought will continue for her. Smith for three. No luck, falls into the arms of Middleton. Jump ball is going to be called with 2 minutes to go. Hawthorne will finish that one off with 1:45 to go, 94-61 for the Cardinals. It's a rough loss, but they fought valiantly. McKnight puts up the floater. Franklin gets corralled and fouled, and she'll head to the line to shoot 2, it looks like. Foul is going to be against Heather Middleton. That's going to be her second, team's 4th. As Maya Franklin will go to the line to shoot 2. Franklin makes the first, makes it 94-62. Trying to get this game back to just a 30-point deficit. Second one up, in and out, bounced around. Possession will go to Essex. The minute and a half to go. Hawthorne. Pacheco for 3, a corner in the corner. Overshoots, ball out of bounds. Possession will go back to Catonsville. Minute 21 to go. Russell finally ends her scoring drought with some points there with the minute to go. It's going to wrap things up, it looks like. Hawthorne misses the shot. Rebound taken by Lancaster. Back to Hawthorne for 3. In and out. Rebound taken by Cabbage-Stock. She finds Thomas. 94-64 the score. Catonsville going to try and cut into the lead a little bit as Thomas puts up a shot. And, ooh, the basketball god's just teasing her there with that one. Lancaster gets the rebound. Tripped up. Stolen away by Thomas, who goes down. They're still fighting for it. As, ooh, football move there by Cabbage-Stock to come squirming in. Russell might have gotten kneed in the head a bit, but she seems to be okay. As timeout's taken by Catonsville with 32.8 seconds to go in this game. It's been a rough one. We're going to try and close it out. We'll be right back with the final seconds of this contest. Cabbage-Stock will inbounds it. Russell try to dribble this one out. Finds McKnight, puts up one last shot. Rebound taken by Essex. Shot clock turned off. Up 30 points. Essex, it looks like, is going to just sit on this. Lancaster will finish things off. That's going to do it, folks. The sibling rivalry this year's edition of Sibling Rivalry is going to be won by CCBC Essex. They take it 94-64. Tough loss for the Cardinals. They'll be back in a week to face off against Anne Arundel. Essex, they've got a date with WVU Potomac State coming up this Saturday. Thank you to everybody for tuning in to today's match. We know it didn't go exactly how Catonsville wanted it to, but at least it was close in the first half. It was better than expected. Big shout out to everyone here at CCBC Catonsville who helps get these games underway, and a big shout out to the teams. Both teams played great basketball out there, and it always is a pleasure to watch a great game of basketball and get to broadcast it to you fine folks sitting at home. This is Isaac Donsky signing off. We will see you next Wednesday for the next installment of this season of CCBC Catonsville Cardinals basketball. Until next time, folks, have a great evening, and once again, Happy New Year. Essex wins it 94-64.